taking has been life-saving. So let's record this call.
Awesome.
I can relate to that. I
Everyone,
know they go in
ev-
seasons.
everyone is just trying to sell us an AI product every day. And I'm like, okay, let's try this. But the note taking is really a lifesaver.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a little bit more analog than a lot of the stuff that's coming out now, but it's very simple, very effective, and like I said, has made a big impact on our team and getting us fully electronic when it comes to our charting. So it's been super helpful for our medical records team.
Good, good.
Hey, great. Yeah, I'll just jump in here. Any questions before I start?
No, I don't have questions. Probably and say, let's have an intro meeting, and you tell me what you feel like I need to know in the beginning, and then we'll probably schedule more meetings, one or two, before we can discuss get to decision making.
Okay, sounds
Awesome.
great. I'll kind of walk you through the app. It's pretty simple. It's meant to be super fast, and so I'll go kind of quick through it. If you have any questions, just interrupt me, okay? Because I'll just keep yapping away, and I want to make sure I get
Okay.
your questions answered. So ScanToPCC is an app that we built. It's a web app, and it's built to get documents in from your scanner, eFax, or just any PDFs you have, all the way into the chart in PCC super fast. So normally what people do is let's say you have a piece of paper. You're going to take that piece of paper, you're going to go to your scanner, you're going to scan it, probably goes to your email or a shared drive or something like that. Then you save it. Then you go find the resident in PCC, and you have to go to the miscellaneous tab and browse to the file. And it's not horrible, but if you're doing a bunch, it's just a longer process. And so we came up with this app to streamline that whole thing. A couple things about it. Again, it's web-based. You don't install any software. We connect to all of your scanners. So no matter what kind you have, our app will work with it. We integrate with eFax as well. Now, we don't sell eFax numbers. If you have a HIPAA compliant one, it'll work with our system. And I'll show you, we'll do a couple quick faxes. But that way you guys retain the possession of those fax numbers. And then we can just drag and drop PDFs in here as well. It is connected to point click care, so you don't have to update it at all. When you have an admission or a discharge or anything like that, we grab that from PCC, and then any other information we need, we grab from PCC as well. So all you're going to do is go into the app and say, this document goes here, this one goes here, and it goes really fast. It uses the same security as PCC, and what I mean is we have the ability to lock it down to your facility, so you can't do it from home. It's locked down to your facility IP address. We do offer remote access. It's per user. So let's say you wanted remote, but you didn't want to give your buildings remote. You could do that as well. Or you just have it so it's only at the building. Let's see. You can create users in here. Mine's going to text me a code. We have a couple ways that you can verify. I like the text code 6344. But you don't have to use that. So if you just want to have people use their username and password, you can do that as well. But 2FORM is an option you can do in there. And when I log in, this is the site I'm going to see. And there's multiple documents, like I said, scanner, eFax, drag and drop. I'll start with the easiest one, which is the drag and drop. So let's say you have a couple PDFs. Let's say you scan some and they're on your computer, or maybe someone emailed you some stuff. I can just drag and drop documents right here. And then I can do them 10 at a time. It'll run a quick virus scan and then they'll pop up right here. Again, I can upload with the scanner. So I hit the button, we help you create shortcuts on your scanners that go directly in here. So when you scan, instead of it going to your computer or your email, it goes directly into here. And then eFax as well. And I'll hit the scanner one next. So basically what it is I go in and I'm going to click that. This right here is the document I scan. So whatever you scanned is going to show right here. This is just a one-page document. So I go over here to the right and there's 4 things I need to do. Pick an effective date, which resident, which category, and what do you want to name the document. This top one here is the effective date. By default, it's going to put today. Here are all my residents. Again, we pull this from PCC, so you never have to worry about your new admissions or adding anything like that. I can scroll down or I can start typing anything. I can search first name, last name, whatever I want to search. You'll see the D there for discharge. You're going to have an A for active, and then you're going to have an N if you're using like waiting list, pre-admission stuff. Anything like that would be an N status. And then obviously that resident ID. And so I can search by any of those things. Let's see, I'm going to put in that ID. I can do that as well. This next one is my categories. So when I'm in PCC in the miscellaneous documents tab, all those categories for your documents, that's what these are. So we grab these from PCC, don't update our system. Let's say that's a progress note. I can just start typing that. This last one is what you want to name the document. You'll see that our system is going to name the document, whatever the category type is, and then I can add to it as well. And that makes it even faster. So if you name your categories a certain way, and maybe you don't want to add anything like history and physical, maybe you add a little bit more to the name, it'll just name the document automatically. And then I just hit one of these buttons. They're both going to upload to PCC. This one's going to upload and then take me back to the home page, which is where we started. And this one's going to just open up the next document. So I'm going to hit this and go back to the home page. So I click that, that document will be in the chart within 60 seconds. Okay. And then it just takes you back to here. And that document I worked on falls off this list. There's 17 in here I need to do. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay.
So I see as the document are coming either to my eFax, they are not labeled by resident name. I have to open them. Is that the same process? I will have to open them to know who resident they pertain to before I upload them in their file in PCC?
Yeah, so let's say this is a fax. Let me find this one. Here's a fax that came in. So here's your fax. I would figure out who it's for. Oh, it's for Chloe Cameron. And this is a, consent. And then I'm going to upload. And that's all I do. That document will be in that chart. So it's a real quick way to do that. So here's kind of what it looks like in real time, right? I see the document. I pick my resident. I pick my category. If I want to add something, I do. And then I just hit upload. And that's all you have to do. That thing will be in the chart there within 60 seconds. Now, that works really good if you're doing one document to one chart, but let's go, here's a 24 pager. Let's say someone, maybe it's like the hospital faxes you pre-admission stuff. It's a bunch of, maybe it's a couple residents, they put it all together, something like that. Well, I can't use this, but I can go up here to the top where the scissor tool is. I can hit that. I'll zoom in a little bit. I can look at my document, right? There's page 3, page 4, and I go over here, I pick my resident, I pick my category, and I say pages 1 of 4 go there, but then I'm going to pick a different resident, maybe a different category, and say page 5 of 8 go there. And I can take this one PDF and break it into as many pieces as I need to, right? So I go in here, pick this, page 9 through 24, let's say. You can do anything you want in here. If it's all the same resident, but maybe just different categories, like the hospital sent everything over, you can do the same resident, you can do the same category, whatever you put in here, it's going to take. And then I just hit split. It takes that one PDF, breaks it up into 3 pieces that I just made, and then sends 3 different documents to the charts, whether they're the same resident or different residents. So you can take a single document, if it's a fax or a scan. A lot of times people scan 50 pages at one time and then just go use the scissor tool and cut them up and send them there. So it saves even more time doing that. So here's kind of what it looks like if you're in, just in here doing real time. So I go here, pick my activity pages 1 through 6. Maybe I pick a different resident. Oh, pages, 7 through 12 are the influenza consent. I hit split. Now 2 documents just went to the chart. So you can see, even if you're doing big scans or faxes coming in with multiple residents, the scissor tool makes it even faster than just one at a time. A couple other things it does automatically. If you're, let's say I'm in PCC and I'm uploading this PDF into this chart, and the PDF is really big. Let's say it's a 25 megabyte file and your maximum is 20 megabytes. Our system is going to take, so if in PCC, if you do that, it's going to say, hey, that PDF's too big. Can you break it into 2 pieces for us? Or our system won't. It'll actually take it. And when it gets to the chart, it's going to look like this. Oops. It's going to break it into as many pieces as it needs to. And it's going to say part 1 of 2, 2 of 2, and then however many, it needs to break into, and it'll do it automatically. You won't see that right here, but you'll see that once it's in the chart. So you never have to worry about PDFs that are too big anymore. It's going to split them automatically. It'll also, if you send blank pages, like sometimes scanners, when you do double-sided, and it's a one-sided one, but for some reason it sends a blank page, we'll remove those blank pages automatically. So you never have to worry about those either. And then it also does a lot with like resizing the document. So if the PDF is, too big, we're going to try and compress it without losing the quality of the document. We'll try and compress it a little bit to get those in there as well. But you never have to worry about oversized documents anymore. If a PDF is for multiple residents, you never have to split them up anymore. You just use that scissor tool. Where before we'd have to go in and make a bunch of PDFs and separate pages, and it was kind of a pain. So this app will do that automatically for you. What I was talking about with the eFax integration. So we don't sell eFax numbers, but as long as you have one, if you don't have them, I can give you some great recommendations. But if you have an eFax number, as long as it's HIPAA compliant, most likely our system already is configured to work with it. If it's one of the larger ones, if it's not, we'll make it work for it. But what's neat about that is when someone eFaxes me, someone sends me a fax. I think I just got rid of that one, right? It would say eFax right here, and I'll show you. We'll actually send one, but I never have to scan it. It goes directly into the app, and then I can also scan out from the app. So let's do this real fast. Let's say in this document, I need to fax this out to the doctor's office, and then I want to put it in the chart. Okay, so right from here, I can do all of that. I go here under eFax. That top number is my number. Oops. I'm going to put in the fax number that it is going to. Now, the demo version doesn't have it. Yours has an address book right here, so you can actually save addresses. My version doesn't have that. Hopefully this weekend it will when we're doing demos, but you have an address book so you can save the names and stuff in there. I can save cover pages, go like this, Dr. Smith. And this would be what you're putting on your cover page.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell it to email me if there's an error or just tell me all statuses. Then I can either send eFax and delete the document or send eFax and send to PCC. So I do that. It's queuing up that fax to go out. Then I pick my resident and my category and hit upload and homepage. And the document is also at the same time going to the chart in PCC. So you did both of those really fast. Again, since we work with all the HIPAA compliant eFax companies, you're going to see your fax in here as it goes. Whatever way you're using it now. Are you guys using eFax now?
Yeah, I have eFax.
So however you're using it now, it's going to work. It'll complement how it's working. So a lot of times people say, oh, I really like it because I get an email. Okay, great. You'll still get that. We don't change any of that. We keep it the exact same. It's one more thing it does. So, and you can also make it so if you're getting eFaxes into your email, you can have it go into your email and this at the same time. So it doesn't change those things. It's like one more thing it can do. And we can help you set that all up. There's no cost for it in the app at all. It's just a really nice feature to be able to just turn it on and be able to send and receive from inside of here.
So quick question.
Yeah.
What I'm understanding is that this is replacing, the whole process is replacing the paper chart that we have in assisted living, housed in bedroom, 200 chart for all our resident. With this process, have you experiencing that facility are getting rid of physical chart?
100%. Yeah, in fact, it was built with that in mind. So my partner owns a bunch of nursing homes here on the West Coast. And that was the thing years and years ago was let's get away from the paper chart. I don't want charts at the nurse stations anymore. I want it all to be in PCC. And that's why it was built. And so most of our customers, when they come on board, are somewhere along that journey of either being completely paper today and they want to move to electronic, or maybe they're kind of partially and they just want to get over that last part. I do have some customers who still keep a paper chart at the nurse station and use this to get it in PCC as well, right? So it really just depends on what your guys' goal is. But if you're planning on moving in some way to an electric chart or paperless chart all in PCC, it's a no-brainer. It really makes it much, much faster. Ideally,
what is the capacity, don't even know how to call that. It's not a memory, but a file, whatever cabinet. How much can PCC contain?
So inside of PCC, there's limits that they do, and it just depends on your partnership with them. That we wouldn't change that in any way. I think it's pretty large. I mean, I've yet to hear someone say they've even come close to that. file size maximum. And I think honestly, PCC back in the day, probably 6, 7 years ago, when disk space was a little more expensive, they might have been a little more sensitive to it, but it's so cheap nowadays. I can't imagine them even, bringing it up. I've yet to ever hear any of our customers having that problem. And we
Yeah,
have,
that
a
would be
ton.
my question before I go paperless, I'm like, I receive a lot of paper for these residents and they all needs to be filed and kept for
Yeah.
record. Can I feed all this paper in PCC for each resident?
Yeah, I mean, there's a tremendous amount of customers who use it every day who have no paper charts, who've never had a problem. I can probably find out exactly, or you can ask your
Mm-hmm.
rep. I would think your rep would tell you, but like I was saying, I don't even think there are limits anymore. I think they might, tell you, hey, there's not anymore. We also own a couple nursing homes, and we've yet to ever hit it, and we've been using this for years. And 200 bed, 300 bed buildings with no problem.
Okay.
So a couple things in here. When you use it, everything we do in here, we keep a log of. When that PDF makes it into the chart in PCC, we're going to get rid of it from our system, right? So we want to get it into the chart, but we'll keep a log of it in our system forever. So just if you want to look, hey, what was scanned today? I want to see if I did that. Here's a chronological view. And then here's one that shows by resident. So I could see Karina Bailey. Oh, I uploaded 6 documents, right? And I could quickly do that and just see if I click her name, I'll actually see the documents as well. The PDF though is gone. It's not in our system anymore. It would be in the chart. If for some reason PCC is down, if they're having any issues, just know that our system will not delete it until it makes it into the chart successfully. Pretty rare they go down anymore. Sometimes it's like 2 a.m. maintenance on the Saturday or something like that. But even then, our system just keeps working. And as soon as they come back on, we send every document queued up in there. So never have to worry about that. Couple just other quick things in here. Here's your eFax log, right? That fax I just sent went through. If I go back to my dashboard, here it is right here. I can go under settings, just one thing, pretty standard stuff, change your password, add users, stuff like that, right? Training, we're in a higher turnover environment, just industry, it kind of is what it is. If you ever need training, training is always free. So let's say you start it, you're using it, everything's great, and then you hire a new team member. Obviously, you can train them. If you go under training videos, there's some great videos here, but also you can click this button that says schedule free training, and they'll get
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one training for free always. They just click it and pick a day and time. So that's a really great feature for you. And then the other thing is similar is under support during 8 to 5 Pacific time zone. There's people that we have that you can chat with that are real people that are sitting here in our office that, hey, I'm having problems or I got a question, and they'll answer those questions in real time. If it's a Saturday, let's say, there is a 2 to 4 hour kind of average, but we do have people watching that over the weekends as well. So you can chat with someone in there as well. Yeah, I went through it super fast because I know we were going to do it again, but any
Yeah.
questions on it?
Yeah, I think I may have missed something. So I see what will happen with eFax. Again, this will still work with my regular fax as well. So both.
It works with your eFax, fax, copiers, scanners,
Okay.
any of those devices. It'll work with all of them. They're set up a little different in each one. So we help
Mm-hmm.
you. The install is totally free. If you need help doing it, we have teams that'll help you set the whole thing up, no charge, and get it going. You can put it on as many copiers, scanners as you want, but we don't bill by that. It's just a flat rate.
Okay. That clears it. No, for
Awesome.
now I don't have any other question. It's just that figuring out my calendar and scheduling another call to probably go more into the fun part, what what are the requirements and the dues and fees and all that.
Yeah, so you guys are just one facility. We do have a tiered structure, but just for one facility, it's just $149 a month. That's unlimited users, unlimited scanners. So I'll share that in an email coming off of this
Okay.
call, just kind of give you all the information there. And then hopefully we can set up another call. It'd be great to get your medical records team in to view it as well. And it's always kind of eye-opening to get it in front of them and watch their reaction as well once they see these tools in front of them.
Yeah, I would talk to them probably next week. And then the next call we schedule, I can have them present, like the nurse and the clinical managers that deal with those fax machine all day. They will probably have a ton of questions for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good. How is your wife doing, David?
She's doing good. She's growing fast. I was gonna mention it to you. We had a quick conversation calling around expecting my first, and when I left and got back from Vegas, she wasn't really showing, and now she's like fully showing. And my cousin was actually over for dinner last night. She's due next week, so we're kind of seeing what's out in front of us. But my cousin's ready to go here pretty soon, so lots of babies in the future for sure. But she's doing great. She's finally turned the corner on the first trimester and doing a lot better. So I appreciate you asking.
This baby has a cousin coming already. That's fun.
Multiple. My older brother's expecting. My younger brother has one. My cousin has one. My other cousin has one. So a bunch of boys, but we have the only girl. So we're excited. She's gonna be a little tomboy, hanging out with all the boys.
Wow. Yeah, keep me posted. I want to know.
Absolutely. And I'll probably be picking your brain for some advice too on the parenting as that kind of comes up on us.
It's very interesting. We were all never prepared. We just do it.
Yeah,
because people would just kind of things you are like, do you even do that with a baby? They're like, yeah, you do this, you do that. So you're going to be okay.
Yeah,
otherwise
totally.
You would just you get lost in all the advice you get from people. It's interesting.
That was the best advice you could give right there. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like you just be like, no one does that with a baby. Oh yes, you do. Okay.
Yeah, my wife's a rock star, so I'm definitely blessed there. So excited for it all, but it's coming quick.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stay in touch. Probably next week we can connect and try to schedule another call for the following week. I am really hopeful that my life here is slowing down, that I can get back in my normal routine.
Awesome. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We really appreciate it and know this is going to be very impactful for you. So thank you for taking the time, and super excited to support you guys through all of this.
I can tell you, I meet a million people and we all can say we're going to connect, but as soon as we leave, we get busy and we never get back to each other. So that was good that you actually like, I'm going to email her right away. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, Rachel. Have a great
weekend.
You,
David.
And yeah, absolutely. And we'll connect soon. I'll follow up with a quick email, just kind of get some more information in front of you, and we'll plan to get that next demo on the calendar hopefully soon.
Okay, thank you. And nice meeting you, Colin.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.